Hi, I'm Paul Kyogan from GKTuition, and in this video I want to talk to you about trigonometry. Now the question I've chosen to go through is 2016 Paper 1 Question 5 Part A. In this question we're given a right angle triangle. We're told that the lengths of the sides of the right angle triangle are x minus 1, 4x and 5x minus 9. Now we're asked to use this information to find the value of x. So clearly if we're dealing with a right angle triangle and we know all three sides of it, then we must have to use Pythagoras Theorem. So Pythagoras Theorem is in your log tables and it's that a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So really just the one thing you have to be careful of here is that you make sure you know that your c has to be your longest side. And the longest side in a right angle triangle is the one that's opposite the right angle. So the c in this case will have to be 5x minus 9. And then it doesn't matter which one is your a and which one is your b. So I've subbed in, instead of a I get x minus 1, instead of b I get 4x, instead of c it's 5x minus 9. X minus 1 by x minus 1 is x squared minus 2x plus 1. 4x to be squared is 16x squared, and 5x minus 9 by 5x minus 9 is 25x squared minus 90x plus 81. If you then bring everything to one side, you'll get 8x squared minus 88x plus 80. So at this stage you should recognize that you've got a quadratic equation. And you should also recognize that there's a common factor here. So the next thing that you could do is divide everything by 8. So if you divide everything by 8, you'll get x squared minus 11x plus 10 is equal to 0. Once we factorize this, we get x minus 10 and x minus 1. And when we've got our factors, we can find our roots. We let x minus 10 equal to 0, so x is equal to 10. We let x minus 1 equals 0, so x is equal to 1. Now in these questions, because x is a distance, always double check your answers. So the first thing you should be looking out for is if one of your answers is negative, then automatically you eliminate it. Because clearly I can't have a negative x. I can't have a negative distance. If my x is 10, then x minus 1 would be 9, 4 by 10 would be 40, 5 by 10 minus 9 would be 41. So there doesn't seem to be any problem there, so I'm happy enough with that answer. If x is equal to 1, then this distance would be 1 minus 1, which is 0. Now clearly this distance is not 0. And my longest side would be 5x minus 9, would be 5 times 1 minus 9, which is minus 4. So clearly this distance can't be negative. So that means I'm actually eliminating my x equals 1. So I'd write it out exactly like that. I'd solve my two answers. I'd put an x through the one that I'm not including, but I would put a tick beside the one that I am including. So my answer is x is equal to 10. So for the next part of this question now, we have to verify our answer. For part 2, I'm asked to verify using this value of x that the lengths of the sides of the triangle form a Pythagorean triple. So using the value of x from my previous answer, which is 10, x minus 1 becomes 9, 4x becomes 40, and 5x minus 9 becomes 41. Now I have to prove that 9, 40, and 41 form a Pythagorean triple. This is a Pythagorean triple. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So to prove they form a Pythagorean triple, I just sub into this, and they should end up as the same thing. So you'll notice when we sub in, we end up with 1681 equals 1681. Again, we were asked to verify, so make sure you conclude. I put a tick beside it and say that it's true. Okay, so I hope this video made sense. Again, if you have any problems with it, just let me know in class or send me an email, and I'll try and explain it differently.